Hey, what's up guys? Your average wargamer is back with another video of World of Warships, and today I want to talk about something very special which can actually help you to get these ships for free. And I'm especially talking about Karl XIV Johan, Dalian, Minegumo, and basically all these ships that are actually not available in resources. So I will give you a way that you can actually get these ships for free, and if you want to basically get them for free, definitely watch this video. And if you're new to the channel, definitely like and subscribe. I'm almost getting towards the 1,000 subscribers, and your subscription will definitely going to help me to get to that mark. So thank you guys if you do subscribe, and let's talk about this way to get these ships for free. So first of all, we have Karl XIV Johan. You can go and check out the review. It's a really strong ship. Dalian is also very interesting, and Minegumo is really good for destroyer lovers, especially the top boat lovers. So I will tell you the way that how you can get them for free in a way, in some way. But for that, I will go into the game and in the port, and I have this ship, Forrest Sherman. If you have this ship or basically any other tier 10 ship that is available, or you just bought it for coal, which I can show you in the armor real quick. And the reason why I'm talking about these ships particularly is basically you can actually exchange these ships for either the Minegumo, Dalian, or maybe Karl XIV Johan, okay? So if I can show you, I have all the coal ships, okay? But this trick involves the cheapest coal ship that you should exchange, okay? If you have not bought Forrest Sherman or maybe any other tier 10 coal ships, at least you need to buy at least one tier 10 coal ship. It could be Forrest Sherman, it could be Moscow, it could be Kurfürst, but the cheapest would be the better, because this trick will work really good for that. So if you don't have Forrest Sherman, you just buy it, okay, for coal. You buy it for coal. This event that is going to be trade-in event, it's going to be 2 months from now, so you have a lot of time to basically accumulate a lot of coal resource and purchase this Forrest Sherman. Okay, once you have Forrest Sherman, okay, one thing you have to do and that is very important. Let me talk about the value of Forrest Sherman, because you will exchange this ship for these ships, right? These ships, you can exchange them, okay? This is the list that you can receive, okay? And this is the list that you can actually trade. There are tons of ships that you can actually trade for these ships, okay? And these ships are not available to purchase. Like, it might be for money, but it is not available for coal, which is sort of a free resource, you know? So what you should do, you basically exchange Forrest Sherman, because Forrest Sherman is the cheapest coal ship that you can buy for tier 10. And Forrest Sherman has actually the value, that is, the original value of Forrest Sherman in doubloons, by the way, is 34,650. So what happens in this event, which I will show you here, this is a trade-in event which will happen after 2 months, okay? From now, it will happen after 2 months, okay? So what happens is, as you can see the Salem value, 17,325, it gets half, because Salem is a tier 10 cruiser and it have a value of 34,650 originally. But what happens at the trade-in event is that the ship's value get halved if you are looking to trade your ship that is in your port, okay? So if you exchange the Salem or maybe the Nistrashimi also have a special status in terms of having you can exchange it for equivalent to that of tier 10, but it is really expensive. So I think the Forrest Sherman is the best ship for that to do. And I mean, you can exchange you can literally exchange Forrest Sherman like basically this way. So if you have a Forrest Sherman, in this case it's a California, you will exchange your California for Sims. I mean it's just an example, okay? It's an example in the article, so that's why I'm showing you. So you will obtain this ship for 250 doubloons, because this has a value of 4,750. The Sims have a value of 5,000 doubloons. So what happens is, 250 doubloons remaining, you have to spend at least that much doubloons. Similarly, the case is like going to happen for the Forrest Sherman as well. Original value is 34,650. You divide it by 2 and you will have 17,325. So you can exchange your Sherman for 17,325 doubloons, okay? But the tier 9 ships, for example, let me show you here. Just give me a second. For example, if you want to buy this interesting battleship, which is Karl XIV Johan, if I preview the ship, as you can see, the purchase value of the Karl XIV Johan is 19,000 doubloons. So it is definitely, or at least slightly expensive than for a Sherman value, right? So, for example, here I can show you here, 17,325. If I, reduce the difference, for example, the Karl XIV Johan cost for 90,000 minus 17,325. The remaining value will be 1,675. So you basically have to spend 1,600 doubloons, almost 1,700 doubloons to get this ship. Okay, it is sort of not free, to be honest, but still I was going to tell you a way to obtain doubloons, and so you will accumulate enough doubloons in 2 months from now that you will have Karl XIV Johan for free. Okay, and let me show you how. So for example, so here you have for a Sherman, you're basically going to exchange with Karl XIV Johan. So what you can really do here is that you can go into the combat missions, and maybe, no, not in the combat missions, let me go into the ranked battles, because ranked battle gives you doubloons. Okay, so if you haven't played ranked battles, I think I would recommend you to maybe play a couple of ranked battles. So what happens in the ranked battles is that you actually going to get some doubloons in Bronze League. For example, you get 200 doubloons for 12 victories in this league. If you are in the higher league, you will get 200, 200, 400 doubloons. And if you are in the Gold League, I think this is probably the best case scenario that you can have in order to get Karl XIV Johan, because you will get 200, like almost 800 doubloons, because this is also going to give you some doubloons. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. In just 2 weeks, you can actually farm 800 doubloons. Okay, and if you play ranked battles in the Gold League, like for example, consecutive 2 or 3 sprints, you can actually get 1,600 or 1,700 doubloons in the Gold League in no time. I mean, even if you are in the Silver League, you can actually have some doubloons like this. I mean, you will get 400 doubloons, but always there is one more thing, like if you get into the rank 1 in Silver League, you can also get a bit more doubloons. And even if you get into the rank 1 of Gold League, I mean, you won't technically get doubloons, but at least you will get container. But at least in the Gold League, you will get 800 doubloons. In the Silver League, you will get 600 doubloons. And even in the Bronze League, you will get 400 doubloons. So you absolutely have a chance to get that much doubloons to exchange for your Forrest Sherman for Karl XIV Johan or Minegumo or Dalian, for basically that. So definitely this is a good way to get these ships, because these ships not going to be available later, like for a resource. So I mean, your question might be that what would happen to the Forrest Sherman, right? Like I sold my Forrest Sherman. It is really a good ship, like it is really strong ship for coal, and I literally have basically exchanged that ship for maybe either of these ships. So what happened to the Forrest Sherman, right? Well, I have the answer for you as well. If you have exchanged the Forrest Sherman, once you have exchanged the Forrest Sherman, you go into the armory, and what actually happens is, if you go into the ships, you go into the coal section, that Forrest Sherman here, this Forrest Sherman is going to be available again to purchase. I am not lying. This is actually, I have done in the previous trade-in event, I have actually exchanged Forrest Sherman for Tirpitz, okay? And it is very simple and easy, okay? So basically, I have exchanged the Forrest Sherman, and then I bought the Forrest Sherman again in the coal armory, section. And you can actually do that for yourself. So definitely up to you if you are looking to exchange maybe Forrest Sherman, maybe Alvaro de Bazan, but definitely since the Forrest Sherman is the cheapest coal ship, like it's almost having slightly higher the cost of Halford, which is like 228k coal tier 9 destroyer. So I think in terms of value, Forrest Sherman is definitely going to get a lot of value for exchange. So definitely this trick can really help you. And I mean, you can basically buy either Minegumo, which is a really good destroyer, like I can show you here. There's the Minegumo, which is if you can go and check out what are the stats of Minegumo. Sure, it's an interesting destroyer. You can have this destroyer for 1600 something doubloons. I mean, you have to spend some doubloons, but it is sort of technically free if you play ranked battles, so it's totally up to you. If you have some doubloons, if you want to buy some doubloons, you can get that Minegumo regardless still. So I hope you get some value in like why I am basically trying to emphasize this, that you farm a lot of coal right now and exchange your Forrest Sherman for maybe either of those ships, like these ones. Like you can exchange literally any of these ships. I mean, I won't recommend you to exchange these ships, like get these ships. Like you should not really buy these ships like in this trading event. I would only recommend you to just get these ones. Like tier 9 and lowers are pretty good. These are pretty expensive, and I would say do not do that. You can actually get Forrest Sherman, Napoli, and Maximilian for coal. So why would you get it in a trading event? It's absolutely, not worth it doing this, okay? So definitely, if you are maybe even looking for Florida, do it. I mean, you just have to exchange for a Sherman and you will get the Florida. You don't have to spend any doubloon at all because it costs quite a lot. Like Florida costs like around 9,000-ish, 10,000-ish doubloons. So there is exactly that. And I mean, you can also buy a really good tier 8 destroyer if you want to really buy a destroyer like that. So I hope you guys liked the video, and definitely if you can like, subscribe, that would be really awesome thing from you guys, and I will catch you into the next video. Peace out.